Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Sunil.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Ms. Harsha.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Mr. Ajay. It's good to see you all. Today will be the last day of level 2. Again, in the month of July, somewhere we'll meet for the level 2 training, and that is going to be a single batch. There won't be any repetition for that. Okay, so today we'll be covering data ethics, computer networks part 2, and Microsoft PowerPoint. We will just go through it, a glimpse of it. I'll start with that. Microsoft PowerPoint quickly we will go through so that people who can join late will also be benefited. They don't miss out on data ethics. Yeah, hope my screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, yes, it is visible.
Yeah, thank you so much. So let's quickly go through these. Uh, So we introduced this PowerPoint presentation. To be honest, I have not used Microsoft PowerPoint in the last 5 years because I've somehow got convinced that there are a lot of other tools. Initially, I switched to Google Slides because it is cloud-based and uh, it was all a lot comfortable to be a cloud-based thing, first of all, Google Slides. And then I like the features in this more than
Even ma'am, Canva is also there,
Canva.
no? Canva.
Yes, Canva I
Yes.
started using from last 3 years. Now I've stopped Google Slides as well. So Canva is my
Correct.
go place, one-stop place for every need. It could be marketing of our company, it could be certificates, it could be video presentations, whatever I do, it's Canva. So I initially we were discussing with the editor and review team of Periwinkle that I was of the opinion that we should skip this, but she insisted that we have it. A lot of schools still depend on this, and some schools may not be comfortable with internet-based working, which may need mail ID and Canva. So I agreed to this point, and we tried to give Microsoft PowerPoint presentations. Anyways, no harm, but my personal preference is always Canva, has been Canva. So let the students try this out. Not an issue. So let us see. Yeah. For this presentation, they need to understand the applications. It's not just creating some cartoons, writing some lines which don't make sense and forgetting it is of no use because these are the tools, the skills, essentially, irrespective of Microsoft or any other platform. Presentation is something which all the streams extensively use it, no matter what kind of work, job profile, or business. Presentations are really required to express one's work, thoughts, ideas. So every year it only enhances and evolves. So students, when they start with this, they should be encouraged to keep using it often. You can have in this chapter, what I suggest is you can spend less time on teaching and more time for the students to explore and present. One day or half a day or 1 hour, you can keep it for students to come and present for 5 minutes. You can give this as a group activity. So when they do it, they understand better than going line by line and checking something from the book. So let them explore the options and come up with presentations. So there are activities in the book where they'll have to make presentation, browse the internet, make presentation and present it. It's an effective way. They will start acting more responsible towards the things that they are learning when they are made to present something. It started in 1987. Since then, it has significantly evolved. However, there have been competitors who have surpassed this, like Canva. So it's a message to everyone that we need to keep updating and be in the technological forefront and adapt quickly so that they don't become obsolete. So a brief history about how Microsoft PowerPoint evolved. Then starting it is given, considering students are really naive, innocent, they don't know anything about it. So all the steps are given. So I repeat these images. This file is a compressed version. Loading the actual file would take a lot of time. High resolution pictures it has. So just compromise with this images in the book. They are clear. So on the search bar, we go there and click on the PowerPoint presentation. We choose blank document. We have not shown them choosing any templates right away. Let them start exploring the title bar, the ribbon, the file tab, everything. So when we are teaching this, let us teach it with some end goal in the mind, with some topic. So it makes more sense. If we teach just in general, these are these and everything, they cannot really relate or they don't know how to use it, where to use it. Different options are suggested. Then we introduce them to layouts, that is themes, where they can add titles, images, bullet points. Inserting an image is also given. Multimedia integration, adding an audio, video, animations. Then smart arts and charts. If they want to build some hierarchical structures, tree distribution, representing something in the form of graphs and charts, smart arts are available. They can also try them. And one important thing we should tell the students is that when they get their hands on to these, I remember I did this and most of them do it. Since it's easy to pick up any color and make it all colorful, everybody tends to try different colors and keep the slide as jazzy as possible. But for some slides to be appealing and pleasing, it should go with some fixed color. Say it could be just three colors in the same in the color palette. It shouldn't be red, yellow, blue, green, so many other things. It looks very jazzy and unprofessional. We should also convey this to students that even images that we use that is available in Canva, we can change the colors to the theme. We choose dark blue, light blue, and lighter blue than white. So these come in similar color palette. It looks really nice. So we should tell them that the student should not choose jazzy colors, although it is easy to pick and drop any colors, make it. So every slide should have the same color theme and they should pick four colors and play around with those same four colors. Even on the internet or on Canva, wherever they are pulling out some images, the images should also align to that. Say, suppose the slides are of blue, dark blue, light blue, and lighter blue plus white combination. The images coming from red or orange, yellow won't fit in well. We should also pick up the images from the internet which blends in them. And we should not encourage to pick up the things from internet which are square shaped. When you put on the slides, they look like patchwork. So something which blends in the slides will look more pleasing. I'll just show you. Not on Microsoft here, but on Canva. When I open it, I'll just show you how to pick the color themes. We can do it in all the PowerPoint presentation, but very early we should tell them that it is not professional. No matter how compelled they are to try out different colors, they can try it. But while the final result should be very neat, smooth, and professional. What is a professional template? What is a professional PPT? We should teach them. And spelling mistakes, capital, small, to be avoided. This creates a negative impression when somebody is presenting. So those have to be strictly avoided, not to overlook them. And another rule is that during presentations are meant for different purposes. One thing, one place where the presenter is presenting it live to the audience. There, it should not be with full of stuffed content. Paragraphs together, they should not write. Only to help them give some words when they are presenting, they tend to stuff all that information on the slides, make it look so cluttered.
You're talking about bullet points. We have to
Yeah.
write, right?
Yeah, bullet points also, for namesake, it looks like bullet point, but they will have stuffed entire paragraph in that, under the name of bullet, which is wrong when somebody is there to present live. There is another presentation where you cannot be there to present it. Somebody will read the slides and gauge what you are presenting, like proposals. So if you are sending some proposal of the product in during business pitch or sales pitch to the customers, I'm just sending to my potential customers. I am not there physically to present it. In that case, we can have 2 to 3 lines explaining what it is, because we cannot be there presenting in detail. So in such places where there are proposals to be mailed in the form of PPT, where you are proposing something, product, service, or explanation, to explain it, you cannot be there, then you can stuff in some lines. But when you are there as a presenter, only bullet point. It should not exceed more than 5 to 6 words. We need to use them as the pointers to flow, to maintain the flow or regulate the flow of the presentation, but should not lean onto them. And the biggest mistake they do is reading from the slides. People get nervous. Yes, we understand standing in front of people and presenting is not all that easy. But it should be strictly avoided. You can get it, you can make them practice these, that they should not read from the slides. If slide is saying something, use different words to explain the same. Do not use the same words. So then somebody who is listening will stop listening to you. They will only look at PPT. So this happens. Do not read the slides and check the purpose of the slides. If it is to be presented by you, then use only bullet points, which should not exceed more than 6 to 7 words in a line. And if it is proposal to be mailed for somebody to self read it, you cannot be presenting it. In that case, there can be 2 to 3 lines as bullet points for one point, explanatory. So these two differences you need to tell them. And please avoid downloading something from the internet and patchwork, box, so many rectangle box, patchwork that doesn't look neat. So all such tips you can give. And spelling mistakes, punctuation marks, all these are very important. It spoils the image. If I have seen very good resource people, they come out with some, the session is going really well, and there is some basic mistake in that which is not acceptable to the profile of the resource person. Such thing appears, then instantly the audience will get a kind of negative impression, meaning he or she is not all that standard. It's all masked, made up. So it's very important to keep the right spellings and capital, small, not to ignore. In one slide, there is every first letter is capital. In other slide, all are capital. So inconsistencies in capital, small, in the case sensitiveness of the words should be avoided. Font style, font size, they should all be decided before they rig up all the 15-20 slides, whatever you plan. And it has to be very neat. These are the things we can give them beyond what is there in the textbook, PowerPoint presentations. So they should keep all of this in mind. So transitions and animations are also shown here, how it has to appear fading or appearing. And avoid too many transitions. I see students find it very attractive to present animations, but if something is all the time moving, it distracts. I definitely don't use animations unless I want to reveal the curiosity step by step. I show a picture, I ask, guess who is. So everything should not come at once. Only then I use transitions. But simply making it very jazzy, opening the curtains, flipping the all that, it distracts audience. So they can try it, but we should tell them that these look nice. Too many colors feels good to be added, but it is not professional. So design templates, slideshow, how they should be, they can present it in the big screen and slideshow. So different functions are revealed, adding a new slide to it, adding text, font selection, how to choose bullets, numbers. These are fundamentals. I think all of us know it, without which we cannot secure our jobs. So much is the need of PowerPoint presentation. Not just PowerPoint, but presentations. So how to view it, zooming it. An example is given, applying different themes. So they have taken an example, the parts of computers. They will be asked, because without a definite purpose, showing just the general things, they will forget. So in order to make sense out of their learning, whatever in the beginning they have learned all the tools, we should give a theme and ask them to build on it. Parts of computers is chosen.
Ma'am, of late the Canva has become much more popular, right?
Yes,
Currently.
yes. Everybody are using Canva, and it
Mm.
is one-stop
And
place.
Google and Google Slides.
Google Slides, second, yeah. I slowly transitioned. Uh,
Okay.
when I was working in the college, we had no option but Microsoft PPT. But and then Google Slides, because of the cloud and its accessibility anytime, anywhere. I could edit on the go when I'm driving, or I'm sorry, when I'm traveling. I could edit it anytime. So Google Slides helped. And collaboration on one file, two people or more than two people can collaborate with the same link. So all those features excited me, and now it's been 3-4 years that I use only Canva, nothing, no other thing. So there are a lot of AI tools which generate automatic PowerPoint. Uh, Time permits, I'll show you that as well. It is called Gamma AI tool, which instantly generates. It won't be up to the mark, but it will lay an outline for us to quickly, when we are finding sort of time, we have to quickly make some presentation on certain topic. It will lay an outline. It will give us some points. We can edit on over that. So a little about presentation. Before I go to this, I will try to this with Canva. I'll open presentation. I'm just showing you the theme, okay? The mistakes that are to be avoided. These rules apply to any designing platform. It could be Google Slides, Canva, or Microsoft PPT. These are just the rules. I'll choose a template here. Yeah. I'll just choose this one. Choose this template. I say apply all 13 pages, and all of them will be tiled up here below. And after that, I will continue to change it. Delete which slides are not important. If you see, it's all in one theme. There are no yellow, red, green, blue inside this. It is all very smooth and nice. Okay, so here also, you don't see more than 4 colors here. There is dark blue, there is light blue, and there could be white here. So there are just 4 colors. And again, in elements, I'll show you what not to be done. Elements, if I choose, if I just click this, for example, it looks really, this patchwork. It is a patchwork. Although you may say this is most desirable, but it looks patchwork if we tile up such images getting from internet. It should blend very smoothly. So there is something here. These look blended, all these elements, but these looks something off. So is there a way to change? I'll just click this. There are different colors here. Is there something that I can do to change the color? I'll try. I'm not sure if photos can be done. So what I insist is, yeah, you can see I made it blue just to suit a little bit. There was green in that. I clicked on this and made it blue here. And orange here, whatever, I'll just choose this and give some shade which are in the palette. See, now it looks a lot better. This goes more in this. So they should be in one theme. It is for photos. Say if I use this here, this is not okay because these things are coming in sync with the theme, but this brick color or whatever is not suiting. So I'll click on that. I cannot edit this color because it's a pro element. We have subscription, but that is from different ID, not from my personal ID, from company's ID we have it. Anything that is free, I'll just pull out here. I'll take this for example. See, if I'm compelled to put this, it's very odd. The theme is blue, white and everything, but this red and green is looking very odd. So I'll click on this image. Instead of green, I'll choose a similar theme. Instead of red, I'll choose darker. And see, it gets very nicely blended in this. This is how we have to make the slides very going seamlessly. So if it is descriptive about us, I'm just sharing it with for somebody to read. So 3 lines should be enough if it is descriptive. So only if I'm sharing this, these many lines are okay. But if I'm presenting it just 1 line, it should be there and rest of the things we should explain. So this is a template for us to mail it to someone for them to read by themselves. So this is not where I'm standing and presenting. Wherever I'm presenting, there should be 1 or 2 lines for each bullet point. And one more thing I'll show you. Suppose we want to put such pictures of maybe your school activities. I don't want to use any Canva thing. So in that case, what to do? I'll just show you here. I'm just making space for it. I'm deleting all this. There is no option, but don't directly copy and paste the images. We go to elements. We find the frame for it. It looks better with frame. So I put a frame and then insert an image. From uploads, I will take a photograph of something. Here, I will drag and drop it, put it here. This looks very neat than just keeping it outside like a patchwork. Okay, don't make any patchworks. Choose a frame. It will give a different finesse. You may not be able to notice much, but put it in the frame, in the elements, go to frames, choose the frames and insert the images in the frames. So this is how it has to be. Presentations have to be in one theme. If you see, it's not exceeding more than 4 colors, which are in the similar palette, same color palette. So no red, white, blue, orange. I'm sorry, no red, green, orange, yellow in these. If you see, I can also change this to something better. I can do everything here. It goes in sync. So these are professional presentations. Yeah. I would just show my presentation. Say this is my recent presentation that I did for my PhD coursework, doctoral foundation seminar. They said that the theme is going to be this. The template was fixed. I had no option to change the template. That is some red color shade border and the university name. So I had to do everything like this. I ensured that the color theme matches, and every image that I showed here, they have a similar color theme. There is no blue here at all. So like this, we choose elements and everything have to be uniform. And if you see bullets, I was there to present. So this is how it looks. I'm not exceeding more than one line. I'm going to talk about them. The bullet points is just one line because I was presenting. It was not for any description. So just one or two lines where I'm presenting. And in some cases where I have to explain the entire process or a tool, I have just written the name, but I can talk about just one bullet point for 5 minutes explaining what these are. So this is how. In Canva Pro, this color is different. Here it is showing all the green and yellow, but in Canva Pro, these colors were changed to the color theme only. That is not reflected here. If you see the borders also, I have ensured that they are in that color. Whatever. So it looks very, very professional and nice when we present them. Okay, so that's a little bit about presentation. We'll take a break of 5 minutes. We will start with computer networks quickly. We'll finish them since we did yesterday and then jump into data ethics. Okay, welcome back, all of you. Let's resume our session. I will now take you to the topic of computer networks, part 2. We will quickly run through them because it is extension of what we discussed yesterday. So part 1 is in 7th standard as first chapter. Part 2 of computer networks is in 8th standard as first chapter. So here we have also given some revision of the previous year. We cannot definitely expect them to carry forward all that they have learned in the previous year, the next year. So just a quick revision of what is PAN, LAN, MAN, WAN. So we discussed that. And there is an activity where they compare the school's computer lab network with internet, discuss which type of network is used for both. So here we introduce the components of computer networks. So here, if you see nodes, network, NIC card, cables and connectors, switches, routers, all these except for protocols, everything here, all the 5 except for protocols, everything is in the form of hardware. Those are devices which you can touch and feel. Protocols are the rules, but other than that, everything is hardware device. So network interface card in our laptop is inbuilt. In the computer, they are inbuilt on the motherboard. And the cables, connectors, of course, we see them, the switches, routers, we can all see those devices. So these are hardware components. Only protocols, there are set of rules which are followed by the network, that is internet. So such protocols are software part. Rest is all hardware. So node is any device that can send or receive information on a network. It could be any device. They are just devices. They could be the starting point of communication with other such devices. They are called nodes. So they are nothing but our devices. Place one of the devices in the connectivity is called a node. And NIC, network interface card, is a hardware component again. It is used to connect to the network. So for example, here a laptop has a built-in Wi-Fi or Ethernet port. It is connected outside the outlet of it will look like Ethernet port with that cable that you can connect. But inside that there will be a card connecting it, NIC card. I'll just show you how it looks. Let us see here. Look, we can all do this search, but we will really have no time to keep searching. So it is better to see it when we are learning about them. So this is how it looks. If you see this one, NIC card here, this looks on the, it looks like this on the outside, an Ethernet cable, but inside this card is nothing but an NIC card where Ethernet port can be connected. So this is NIC card. In present days, it is inbuilt. It is not visible all the time. It is different structure. It's given in different ways in different systems. But it will be there in one or the other form to connect to the internet. So cables and connectors, it's self-explanatory. We know how they look like. The cables and connectors connecting through the switches, routers. Routers are the devices through which you manage the data traffic. You say in the school, there is one router, and when you switch to other building, the same Wi-Fi connection that you have, but using different routers, we stretch its range. So two routers doesn't mean two different internet connection. The same internet connection, but with different routers, we expand its reach. we will only have to pay extra for the router. We need not pay for an extra connection. So typical example, the router connects your devices to internet. Switches connects all the classroom computers to same network. So one network, but different hardware devices, routers and switch, we can connect multiple systems on the same network. So protocols, they are the rules or languages that devices communicate. So TCP/IP. TCP/IP is the protocol that is most commonly used. The OSI model, which is outdated. Not many use that OSI. TCP/IP is the most commonly used protocol. Set of rules. Those are the bodies which frame the rules. Those are the organizations which frame the rules, and the word follows it. They standardize the rules. Yeah. So one example is given. It is a request. HTTP is a transfer protocol connecting on the internet. We need HTTP protocol to get a web page from a server. So again, a server is also a hardware, which is nothing but a powerful computer, the most powerful among all the computers in the network that are connected. It is a server. It manages everything. So it is a server, and all other devices, they are called clients. So there is an analogy given. Again, I tell you that if the students have already understood what they are, you will get a feel of it when you're explaining. Then you need not use analogies. Sometimes the analogies tend to confuse the kids. Again, whatever they have learned, it will go back into zero. So avoid giving such analogies. And in cases where the students are unable to understand, try to give these analogies. So this is one example of how there is a laptop, there is a phone, this is printer. These are all called nodes. They are all connected to one router, and router is connected to the main server from which the information is passed. So this is just a block diagram of how the devices are connected, the client server, through internet. So here there is build your own network using small papers and pens. They just model it physically without any actual devices. Again, there is a mention of IP addresses, which we discussed yesterday, Internet Protocol. We require these, it's like address to be on the internet. For any devices to be connected on the internet, IP address is required. So how does the data travel in the internet, in the world of internet or in computer networks, is through data packets. So the entire information is broken down into small packets and delivering it. So an analogy is given, right, like writing a long message on several pieces of paper instead of writing in one big sheet. So why is it required? Because if any one packet is if you send everything at once, if that gets corrupted, then you have to resend all of it. But instead, when it is broken down into packets of information, then any one packet corrupted can be easily replaced. So that is the reason why it is adapted in the form of packets. Again, these packets are nothing in the form of hardware. It is all in the form of signals. The messages are nothing but signals. You don't get to see them, but they travel through the network. So sender and receiver, you can see it is sent in the form of packets and also received in the form of packets. There is a deeper theory of these packets, how they are bundled, how they are coded, encoding, decoding. So that is a next level, which we don't have it covered here. So for this age, this much is enough is what we have thought. But We can explore how the packets are encoded, decoded. That's further thing.
Only routers can do here, or another device can do. Another device can sending the packets.
Router is required when you have multiple things connected, router is required. Router is a central thing which it is required to connect with the server. Through that, it has to pass through. There is no other device. Each device has got its own role and it's not replaceable. Like router cannot do the activity of switch. Hub cannot do the activity of switch. Switch cannot act like router. So they all have their roles assigned and they are not replaceable. The thing is, whether you want to go for hub and switch, no, I don't have a lot of computers. I just have one, so I don't need to go for hub and switch. So this is how we decide on the hardware devices. So reason for the packets, again, efficiency and reliability. There is repetition of IP address again, how it looks, how it is divided, 8 bits, 8 bits, 8 bits. So they have some different numbers. This is how it looks. And also we have reiterated that behind every website domain, there is an IP address, which is in the numerical form, but it's not given to us in the numerical form as we cannot remember that. But behind this, there is an IP address for every website domain. Why is it important? We have discussed already. IP address. Without IP address, the network would not be able to distinguish where. It's like sending a courier without writing an address. As simple as that. So it will process or it will be just gone in between. You don't know where it has to be sent. So this address is very important. So this is something new here. The next level starts topology. How do we connect different devices in the network? The way we connect is bus, star, ring, mesh, and tree. So the pros and cons of each is explained here. So simple, here the problem will be that it's one single line running to all the devices. If something goes wrong with this line, then all the devices will stop working. This is the oldest thing. Now bus topology is hardly, we cannot find this. It was just in the beginning. Not many go for this bus topology, although it looks simple. The advantage is easy to set up, less cables required. But a big disadvantage, a network failure, if cable breaks, it blocks all the other devices. And also it can handle a limited number of devices. Then comes star topology. It's a way to connect the network using a hub. So you can see here, if one thing breaks, then you have 4 more devices running smoothly because there is not a single cable for all. They are all different cables. Advantages, easy to troubleshoot. If you know if something has gone wrong, you will immediately know it's because of this network, this device has failed. Whereas in bus, you don't understand if something has gone wrong in all the systems. You don't know if it is problem in this line, this device, or where it is. So troubleshooting is difficult. In star topology, it's easy to figure out where the problem is and fix that. And it's simple to add and remove devices. If the devices are worn out, then we can simply change them without affecting the other devices or the network. Then disadvantage, it requires high cable, single point of failure. If the hub itself fails, then all the devices will stop working. So higher cost, again, maintenance of hubs or switches, those are hardware devices. they need to be maintained well, additional hardware, and hubs need to be maintained regularly. And then comes a ring topology. Each device is connected to two other devices. There are again disadvantage. Equal access, every device has equal access to the network, which can prevent data from getting stuck and data flows orderly. Again, if one device or connection in the ring breaks, the whole network is disrupted. And as the number of devices grow, it becomes slower. Mesh topology. For this, what I insist is you can take your students to visit some office, a small IT company or telecom company, if they have BSNL office or any such banking. You can take permission from such places, take the students there and show how the devices or how the things are connected, because in the book it looks entirely different. What looks like mesh in the book, what is a mesh in reality, there is no way this is just a conceptual drawing. In reality, if they see some four systems connected in mesh or star, they don't realize there is no star in that, there is no ring in that. It's absolutely, it looks very different. So it's better, once the theory is over, you can just propose and connect. Find in your acquaintances any companies where they have more than 10 computers connected, CPUs connected, telecom industry, banks, or any such places. You can take them and show how the networks are connected, how the devices are connected through the network. So tree topology, again, one main server root node and intermediate end device. It's very obvious that the root node acts like a hub or a switch again, but if the root node fails, everything else will fail. So scalability wise, it's easy. Then the problem is obvious, dependency on the root node, complexity, setting up and managing tree topology. So provide real life examples where each type of topology is used. So your industrial visit, a small 1 or 2 hours visit to a nearby office will definitely help students understand this one. Otherwise, they will live with this block diagrams all their life, assuming something like that will exactly look like it in reality, but no. So take them and give them a greater level of curiosity and fun in learning these. And I also have a suggestion to all the teachers. If you want to test their knowledge, try avoiding playing with torturing the sentences and testing their understanding. Meaning, I give it in this way and see if they answer right. I will change the way I ask, only change in English sentences and check if they still know. The same question asked in fill in the blank, the same question asked in match the following. Again, the same question twisted and tweaked. So there is no point in pressurizing on some concept so much. It's only for the marks. Everything is rigged out to bring out the marks. There is no fun and nobody is benefited. Even you people will be tired to twist and turn them in so many ways and asking. They will also be bored with that. So rather make it more realistic where they enjoy answering. They think and answer around it. There can multiple answers can be correct. Such questions, if we frame, then there is a joyous experience between both the students and teachers. They enjoy learning. I remember my son's computer book. I don't want to take the name of our competitor, obviously. So, but I saw something there. He in his second or third standard book says the in the activity or in the workstation, the fill in the blanks in the exam is like uh, which button from on the keyboard, where is the delete button exactly? Why would he remember where is the delete button? It differs from different place, right? Top right, the second button from the top right is the answer. What kind of questions those are? Whom is it helping? Again, it's memorization. We don't need memorizing. We need people who can think creatively, build something, interpret, imagine, and give their things. So a sincere suggestion to all the teachers that we are made to learn like that in our childhood. So we are naturally tuned to think in those directions, but let's break the chain and make the students think creatively. There is no point in making students memorize where the delete button is on the keyboard, where the space bar is, in which line it is. It doesn't absolutely makes no sense. And my son who likes computers, everything, he started hating computer subject. He says, I don't want to read that book. This is how the way we present makes them irritated. But if I give him laptop, he does more than what I can do. All these themes, dark, white, I don't know, he goes into so many places and changes everything. So, but at the same time, if we give the book, they run away. This is because it is torturing their understanding, not making them comfortable. So let us take this responsibility of making them think creatively. There can be multiple right answers and not focus on memorizing. Okay, so there is one case study here. In 2020, Indian cyber attack on Indian Computer Emergency Response Team. So cyber attack happened on this. This is what is the biggest concern. The gone will be the days where people declare war on the borders, on the land, water, or air. The next big war can be on cyber attack. The whole nation can go bankrupt if the cyber security is not intact, or if the cyber attacks are not maintained. So recently we saw a lot of terrorism, anti-terrorism acts and everything. There is intelligence team working day and night, which we don't know. We all probably having our day either happy or cribbing about it, but intelligence team is working 24/7 to block all the terrorism activities that are happening online. They hack it, ethical hacking. They hack because the terrorist activities are done, the money transfer are done through illegal ways and different type of network. And this intelligence department's task is only to block the flow of such funds to terrorism, because nothing can sustain in this world without money. So if the first way is not to go to their borders and shoot the enemy, the basic way is to cut the transfer of money, information through the network. So when we explain such case studies, students get interested. They can imagine their future in coding or in computer science, sorry. Otherwise, they will think when they learn computers, they can only be app developers. And that is the most underrated thing one can do in the name of computers. Apps without knowing why they are building and who is going to use it, whether even if it is required. So that's a fad thing. So let's not drive the students there. They should understand different places where they can enter in the world of computer. So this book or series is aiming to give different students a different profession. Somebody who learns Canva, they are still using computer. Through computer education, digital skills, they can develop their creative skills. He or she can be a marketing expert, a marketing agent, promotion, digital marketing, or somebody who is into cyber security, they can get into intelligence department. And somebody who wants to build web applications are always welcomed. And somebody who wants to be an AI developer or just AI tools user, they can also explore themselves. So there is something in this book for every talent. It's not just coding and be called as a geek. There will be hardly one or two students like that in the classroom, whereas all others will feel they are good for nothing. This should not be the aim of computer education, at least in school. The playground should be open, because computers are essential part of every profession these days. So they need to learn the skills based on their needs. They shouldn't be feeling low of themselves because there are one or two kids who can build code in Python or who can develop something in Python. So this chain should cut in this generation. And okay, we will clap for people who can develop something through Python. We'll also clap for somebody who is building nice things and marketing, promoting using Canva and giving good presentations. So equal importance for all the skills using computer. So this is an interesting case study. Hackers, how they gained access to sensitive information. The government network was at risk. So vulnerabilities detecting and actually saving the country, not always by fighting at the borders physically, but with their computing skills, cybersecurity skills, they can still be the part of securing one's country. Okay, so that finishes about computer networks part 2, which is first lesson of 8th standard. And the last segment of this level 1 training, data ethics, we will discuss. We will take a short break of 5 minutes here, come back and discuss data ethics. All right, welcome back. So this is one of the biggest concerns that AI-driven world needs to address, and we have included in our series data ethics, which even us grown-up elders fail to follow. It's very important to educate the youth about data ethics because they will be leading the world in AI revolution deeper than that we did or we will. So it's very important. So what is meant by data ethics? Can somebody give examples of where you find data ethics being violated? Where do you find data ethics being violated? Where there is data breach? Have you experienced personally? Can somebody try to answer? Where have you experienced the problem of data ethics?
When we open some sort of unprotected file, like files which are unwanted, and that could be you must be breaching that data.
Right. Yeah. Online scam links on social media. Mr. Sanjeev says this. Yeah. On social media, a lot of data is gone. While we are enjoying posting our big and small achievements or even family time, this is all the data is just absorbed and being shared. But Facebook also faced huge fine because of the data breach, because Facebook is flooded with ads. They're running their show with ads, and they did breach a lot of data, and they did some severe data ethics mistake, and they had to pay the fine. And I think Paytm also suffered something because of that. Yeah, Mr. Ashish says.
Even the YouTube is also prevented.
Yeah, everywhere. They have done it very smartly. We don't understand. They do it very smartly that until you go and file a case, nothing happens. It's all fair. If somebody goes and complains, then everything is wrong. So the rules are not laid properly. So, and not many people are aware. Okay, the companies. So basically, one line to quote about data ethics. I'll just put this in. So here is a typical example. When somebody signs up or creates an account on a website or using game app, it asks for data like name, age, phone number, where we live. What do you think they need from that? How is this data used? Because a lot of companies are making money by selling the data. Say, for example, yeah, now we are connected with schools, and we cater to it. There is a mutual understanding between Periwinkle and Dattamsh that even before we started collaborating, we said that we would want to have the data of the schools with us. So on mutual collaboration, we have an agreement, and we have also told them what we'll do and what we'll not do. In the agreement, it's all properly written. Whereas now, an incident happened yesterday when I was at my office. A person walks in and says, ma'am, I heard that you're connected with a lot of schools. Can you please connect me with them for the business? I'm into smart board panels, I'm into this and that. I clearly told him that I cannot do that. They will be having their own thing. So they'll be doing it. There is no way I can give all that. I have earned this. It has not come to me just like that. And there is no way I can give that to you. I'm really sorry. I looked very blunt, but I don't want unnecessary nuisance. I cannot be managing so many things, and I'm very focused. And I'm a professional in coming from education world, and I know my focus. I know how to organically build. So any businesses they for meant only for making money, they will be ready to do anything. So, so that's where I put a hold that I won't be giving the data of the schools for you to sell any smart board, or I will not even be suggesting or speaking on behalf of you anywhere. So this is what I really cannot help you in this matter. He was annoyed. It looked like I'm the most arrogant woman, but that's okay. That's where I have to put a stop somewhere. Otherwise, it will simply keep going anywhere and a lot of nuisance. Nobody has time to attend everybody's queries. We have to earn that from our credibility, not just taking it from someone else. And this also happens. CET, Comed K, and so many other. Comed K is, I think, is in our state only. But entrance exams where the students write entrance exams, the organizations which run the exams, they will have the data and they let it out. We keep getting so many calls that for 5,000 I will give the data of 100 schools. So for PUC admissions, for 11th and 12th admissions, schools data is at breach, and for degree colleges, the 11th and 12th entrance test after that is at breach. So all such illegal activities are happening somewhere. It's responsibility. Ethics are not hard coded rules. Anybody, it's very difficult to, it's easy to talk, but very difficult to implement. It was very difficult for me to right away say I'm not going to venture into this. Even if you offer me a commission, I am more worried about my brand. I have built it really a hard way, and I don't want to get into this. And if somebody ask me, madam, if you know anybody who provides smartboard, then I will happily offer your number to them, but not the other. I am not going and promoting or giving their data to you and your data unless they ask. They volunteer to us. So I just told this. So such practices are very important. It's compelling. Okay, I'll make another stream. I have data of school. Okay, you pay me commission on every smart board. I'll get 5%. No, I don't want to do that because it won't go a long way. I will definitely be gone from the market in just 2 years if I start doing it. So will anybody put a stop to it? That's me, because nobody will come and ask. You will never come and ask me, madam, why did you give our data, right? But it's my own decision if I have to follow ethics or no. So like this, people who, it's their independent choices that they will face the consequence. They may make money and they will say, what is the point in following ethics? Money is important. That's because you're not trapped. Once somebody gives a lodges complaint, then everything is gone. Forget about business making 1 crore profit. They will end up paying 5 crores as penalty. Do I need that? I don't. So I play a safe game. So ethics is an independent choice. So it's very important for students to educate about ethics. Whether they follow it, that's secondary, but they shouldn't say nobody told me this. So privacy matters, fair treatment, transparency, and safety first. So companies should explain how they use the data in clear and honest way. Everyone should be, and there will be so many fine lines wherever we are filling the form or trying to install a software. There are policies and agreements. It will allow us to go ahead and use that only when there is, when we say I accept. In hurry, most of the times we are not patient. We just run through it and tick mark, and all our data is gone. Maybe there are lines there saying your data will be shared with someone. We are not bothered because we are in hurry. Sorry, your voice is cracking. Is somebody interacting here? Or was it a mistake? You got unmuted. Okay. All right. So companies should take, what I was saying is when you say click on I accept, that means you have already accepted that your data be shared somewhere, because we are in hurry, we don't have patience to read them. Going ahead, we should actually take some time to read, at least take a glimpse. And those legal statements are so diplomatic that you don't know exactly what you're agreeing for. So it becomes difficult. It's a personal discipline. It's individual discipline to do all of these. So it's, as teachers, it's our responsibility to educate the students. Maybe 2 out of 100 students will follow it. It is still worth it. So responsibility, all these aspects should be considered during data collection. Why is it important? Again, protection, trust, equitable decision making, regulatory compliance, social responsibility. Example use cases are given for different domains, because if we simply in general say data ethics, data breach, they won't be able to understand. So we have given some example. In medical research, a lot of students, I see the dominant, we have come so far, it's a different generation altogether. Even today, if we ask, what is your aim? 90% of the students will end up saying, I want to be a software engineer, I want to be a doctor, or I want to be an IAS officer. These are 3 top professions. This is a sad part of our community. They don't see other professions at all, different on par professions. So yeah, I've given something medical research, or when something is researched in medical field, they collect the data of the health of the people. But it's extremely important not to leak, or the personal, when I'm using the data for my research, the first thing I should do is I should delete the names of the people and anonymize the names. Why do I need the names of the people? I just want to understand different body conditions while I'm researching. So first thing I do is I anonymize, or I encode that names into something else and keep it. So that is one use case, how I can be ethical with the data that I collect. And educational analytics, schools use data to understand how students learn. To do this ethically, they ask permission from students and parents why the data is being collected. And it should not go like dictatorship. Fill this form, otherwise I won't give you a report card. Fill this thing, otherwise you won't get this. So it's not threatening them. They should be aware. Very responsibly, we should educate the parents and students why certain data is collected. This is very important. Some parents may be aware, most parents are innocent. Anything that comes from the students or from the school, they do it because their students' well-being at school is of prime importance. But does that mean you are intending to do something harmful to the students? No. It just gives a nice gesture. They get a nice feeling about the school, that they respect our curiosity. So that itself will be a big positive point on the way the teachers are in the school, the way the things happen in the school. So these are all strong word of mouth that will create a very positive impression of showing these gestures, professional gestures in every move. So customer feedback analysis, companies ask feedback from customers only if the customers agree. If they ask feedback, you can openly ignore. There is nothing about it, but they will keep it confidential. They will remove your personal details and keep it private. They just want to know what customers are saying about it. They don't want to know who is saying, why he is saying. They don't want to know. And community policing. Police use data to spot crime trends and decide where to put their resources. Police allocation in different areas. They make sure they collect data legally and respect people's right. They focus on improving safety while avoiding unfair treatment of anyone. So they cannot use their personal biases simply to exercise their authority, and they collect data from different people in different area. They should not reveal that that particular lady from that house in this house complained this, so we should put a protection there in that area. No, they just should make it generalized. So it's responsibility of everybody. It goes in small way. We should not even do shoulder surfing. What do we understand by shoulder surfing? What is meant by shoulder surfing? Yeah, have you heard this term? Shoulder surfing.
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Yeah, somebody has asked Mr. Anupam that the daughter to after a lot of calls from unwanted institutions for getting admission. This is exactly somebody, the entrance exam organization has already leaked the data and for some money, and you start getting calls. So this is absolutely unethical, because when you are giving your data on entrance exam, they have not asked permission and they are doing it illegally. Anybody, any parent, if they go and complain and make a fuss about it, then it will all be trapped. But nobody has that time. We rather choose it to ignore those calls, block those calls, or do something than going roundabout. But if somebody takes this action, entire chain, they will be made to pay crores of penalty for this. Yeah, Mr. Sanjeev says maximum games nowadays ask for photo gallery access. Yes, this is all dangerous, extremely important topic. That's why we thought we should talk about this. Yeah, shoulder surfing, I'll come back to that. It means looking at someone else's phone when they are working, while you're traveling, or even inside the home. We are not supposed to peep into somebody's phone when it is distracting or accidentally. Even we should be conscious enough not to see what is happening on others phone who is sitting in the same line. If we can peep and see what is that and trying to initiate conversation, it's a very bad manners, I have to say. Even if it is own family members, we are not supposed to do that, because all the discipline starts from the family. If you want to ask, then ask it. Don't shoulder peep, and that is called shoulder surfing. This is not on my phone. There is something happening on others' phone. I assume the authority to just peep into there, start asking questions, which is a bad manners. So shoulder surfing should be avoided. And when we see when we are using somebody's devices for it, phone, even for phone, if somebody shows an image, see this, am I looking fat, am I looking lean, how is this dress, then look for what he or she has asked for. Don't swipe left and right. There's a different respect that we get when we do this, which is not explained by words. Our personality will get a different edge when we don't do all such things. People try to confide in us, people enjoy our company because we keep them comfortable. These are all the ways we should teach them. No swiping left and right for curiosity, or trying to zoom everything. They just asked, see that and do it. Zoom in and asking who is this person, who is the other person, for what they have asked. We should answer and just say, because we have our own things to do. Where do you have mind space to know all the undesired word is doing? So we have to be very focused. Yeah, so such things, discipline we have to develop. And when somebody gives us our laptop or any computer device, we have to just do what is required for us and shut down, get out of it. We shouldn't be just exploring all the folders and see what is happening. Policing is all really bad when we are doing such things. We lose that image It may look like nobody knows I'm policing, but everybody will know, because even we feel that discomfort when somebody else is doing that for us. So it cannot be true that I am doing very smartly that nobody knows. It will be known, and the image of the person who is doing it will go down. So people, if they have to enjoy our company, if they have to trust us, we should stop behaving like this through devices. Knowingly or unknowingly, we should control all such acts. Those are all, they come in data ethics. Image is a data, video is a data. And also on WhatsApp, not sharing the unverified resources. Only because it excites me, it looks like, yes, this is my point, which I wanted to prove. Somebody has said it, so I'll just share this. Why mess up so much of information overload? We absolutely don't want that. I see this happening in the family groups. Somebody wants to prove their point, they cannot say directly, and they pull out some reel from the internet, they put it. Somebody claps and somebody gets offended, they leave the group. Do we really have the time for all such things? Why don't we put all those efforts in self growth and connecting to self? So, yeah, things to contemplate on. Unauthorized data sharing, we discussed this. Surveillance without consent, again, looking into sharing somebody's shoulder surfing comes like this, is a very basic thing. But whereas people are also trying to, like Mr. Sanjeev said, that games come with a attempt to access our gallery. So all these are surveillance without consent, very extremely wrong. Discriminatory algorithms. So AI-based algorithms are also based on biases, say unfair treatment. So for example, if there is a job posting and it's a mechanical manufacturing industry, if usually this historically from the data, there are less females in mechanical engineering compared to male. So that's why the data does not have a lot of females. The algorithm should not learn to segregate. If a female, competent female in mechanical engineering, if she applies for a job, the algorithm should not reject it, because in the historical data, there were not been many females. So such patterns should be avoided. AI bias is a big threat. People have to work on it. So discriminatory algorithms should be avoided. Identity theft. Some people use personal information and losing money, cheating family, friends. The people, in order to make money, even the most educated ones, with a greed for money, to make quick money, they invest in all the odd places. All the learned, educated people, software engineers have went through this scam by the dropouts who have not even completed schooling. So it's very important to be aware. I understand the frustration, and many people feel that emotionally they are disturbed, and in that state, no education will come in to help. It happened with my cousin, a smart lady, educated, who was wanting not to work, but suddenly she developed interest in getting into the work domain, not a housewife anymore. After kid, she was completely frustrated. And in that state, somebody offered her work from home. With a good mindset or mind state, I am sure she would have ignored that message. But that self pity, depression, frustration made her see this as an opportunity, which in any normal, stable mindset person would look it is fraud. She was unable to see it as fraud. So any attempts that I made to realize her, see, this looks like fraud, because anybody who asks money first and promise to deliver something is likely to be a scam. This is one rule. Any job for that matter, if they say deposit 10,000 and later, it's totally a scam. It was so evident. They were asking her to deposit 20,000, then they would give that 20,000 back along with salary, and I failed to convince her because the frustrated mind, the mind of self-pity was unable to see that as a threat and more as an opportunity. And the more I tried to convince, it only came as you think you are superior, you think your ways are right, you want only yourself to be successful, you don't want to see me as such. So it didn't prove anything. I just let this pass. In just 3 months, it was all gone. 20,000 gone. Apart from that, she had a baby of 2 years old. She struggled day and night to do that task, which was unpaid. That was terrible. And she went into further depression. So, our mindset matters. When we are disturbed, such things will start looking real. And that is the place where these people will start playing games. They know there are same person can be fooled in different places. So today I may not be fooled, but after in some other mindset I can be fooled. So it is very important to maintain the mindset first for anything that we do in this world. It could be job, business, housewife, whatever we are. Mindset should be really, really strong, detached from any of such things, happy all the time, blissful, and very, very objective and practical. Then we will go a long way. Yeah. So something more given in elaboration, authenticity, auditing, monitoring, encryption, security policy procedures, strong passwords have to be set. Give your own examples to students so it becomes more real rather than because these are 8th standard students, they can read it by themselves, what is given. Make the class more interesting by discussing what has happened to you in terms of data breach. The whole class can go into this mode only. Don't be pressed about completing syllabus. Because if they sit and read, they will know it all. 8th standard students, they can read them, absorb it, and write it. Encourage discussions of personal experience. Like I narrated one story of my cousin who was trapped. Like this, you can have a lot of discussion in the class and tell them this is how we complete the syllabus. Read it, you're smart to reproduce that for the exam. Be very different kind of teacher who makes sense to the class and the students rather than running after the workstation, fill in the blanks, question and answers. And those are just formality. That age group will anyways pass through it. So this is very important section. Laws and punishments should be read out as it is because these are not stories, these are facts. So there is a section, Information Technology Act. If data breach occurs due to negligence, the company may have to pay compensation to affected individuals under this section. Under this section, here you can frame questions because when they write the answers, it reinforces them that if I do this under this section, non-bailable, it could be non-bailable, and I may face jail, imprisonment up to 3 years. This will shake them. So once they write this, they will remember it for their lifetime. Section 72, they can face up to 2 years of imprisonment. A nice question can be framed on this. Explain Information Technology Act and different sections of how and the punishments related to them. So they can write it, they will remember. It's worth remembering because that will be there on their mind when they are slightly deviating. Because it could be Dr. Abdul Kalam or it could be Osama bin Laden. They were all student once, which their teachers wouldn't know, they would shine or they would be disastrous. So every personality will go through schooling and it's very important that somebody have told them about this. The Personal Data Protection Bill Act penalties. If you see 15 crores or 4% of companies' global turnover, whichever is higher, they have to pay the fees. It's very important to understand all of these. Somebody who is inspired by Mark Zuckerberg will end up making a clone of Facebook without understanding the pros and cons of data breach. Forget about making 15 crore profit. They should not come in minus 15 crore. So this is a holistic learning. So fines, violation, it can range up to 250 crores lifetime. In this lifetime, it's not possible to repay that. They should not end up in doing such things. Indian Penal Code, dishonest misappropriation of property and breach of trust, personal data misused. Like this, after writing the 12th standard entrance exam, if somebody is calling you, if you go and lodge a complaint, then they will suffer hell. But we say we just ignore and go ahead. We don't have time for that. But these are very serious. If somebody takes this seriously, the penalty is too high for lifetime. So copyright law in India, copyright is different thing. There is a difference between patent and copywriting. Can somebody give the difference? Patent and copyright. What is the difference, if you know?
Ma'am, patent is when any country have a particular thing for patent. So this is related to country, and copyright is related to product.
Okay, so yeah, that was a good attempt, but I would just like to correct it on talk about it. Both patent and copyright, they come under the topic IP. Here, IP is not Internet Protocol. Here it is intellectual property. Intellectual property under which patent and you have copyright. Copyright is for the content only. It cannot be for the devices, hard products, hardcore products or anything. Patent is for the products or methodology or a different design, different methodology. But somebody should be able to touch and feel it, that is patent, the way of doing it. See, recently I saw some patent being obtained for metal art on the stone. So metal and stone, whatever art, we can touch, feel and see it. Whereas binary brains books, they have copyright. They cannot get patent. Although you can touch the books, but it is for the content. The content like images, videos, the way it is represented, the way we have given, somebody cannot copy it. So for the content, it is copyright. Say research papers, all that is content. So content, it is a copyright. For methodology, for products, for aesthetics, for design, it is patent. So copyright comes for data here. Who owns the data, ownership of the data. So in YouTube, if you just put some background music, it comes as copyright infringement. You will get a warning. In spite of many warnings, if you don't change, then your account will be blocked. So any audio, video, image, data, if you knowingly or unknowingly try to infringe that, then it will be under copyright infringement. So we should get permission and then use it from the original person. So duration about copyright protection in India, it is different for different countries. In India, it lasts for the lifetime. The creator plus 60 years after their death. Copyright will also help them get royalty. They get paid. Michael Jackson's songs, Michael Jackson's music, whatever he has done, his children and grandchildren as well are earning from that till date, even after his death. And Michael Jackson's children can make their living just by the royalty. They need not earn anything.
Even Lata Mangeshkar and all that.
Lata Mangeshkar, if she didn't have any hire as such, so it's only for their family members, next line of generation. So I don't know about Lata Mangeshkar because she was unmarried, and I don't know. Michael Jackson, yes, I've heard this somewhere, so I'm saying it. So his Michael Jackson's, all that lineage, they are earning from copyright heavily, royalty from the copyright. So in Western countries, copyright patent is all given a lot of importance. Unfortunately, in India, it is easily ignored. People don't have awareness of this. They just want to make money and immediate money satisfies. They don't think long term. So they need to be educated. And foreign investors as well, they will invest in any startup idea or any new technology, new thing that is developed by Indians only if they have patent or copyright, whichever suits. If they don't have, the foreign investors won't invest because it's easily copied. It does not have validity. So copyright, anybody who has copyright or patent are seen more seriously, more responsibly, and as a better personalities. So these are all important. Whom should we connect? There are lawyers, IP lawyers. Lawyers, there are criminal lawyers, there are civil lawyers, and there are lawyers in IP, intellectual property. We need to reach out to them and they will help us in getting this copyrights, patents. And if somebody sues us, I mean, if there is a case, that lawyer will fight the case against us. So this is a different stream of specialization of law, copyrights in intellectual property, and their services will come up to 1 lakh per year maintaining them. Companies patent, if they fight the case and get us the patent granted, we need to pay them 1 lakh. Now government, for all the startups, government is giving this scheme. All the copyright and patent processing fee will be reimbursed for the startups. Indian government has this. So for women, it is fast track process. For women entrepreneurs, say if I apply for patent, then there are two advantages. One is it will be refunded. It will be refunded for all the startups. For women, it is fast track process. Maybe a man-led startup will get the patent in 3 years, but a woman-led startup will get the patent in just 1.5 year, 1 year. It's a fast track process. A lot of efforts are given by government of India to support women entrepreneurs. I have been largely benefited by all the schemes because I educated myself with these. I became a part of many startup ecosystems where we get to know the opportunities fund. So much of funding is available. I received 25 lakhs funding, nothing to pay back. All these books and products, the way I could reach Periwinkle through my work is all because of that funding. Otherwise, I was unable to reach there. I was struggling, if you see my initial days, waiting for customers to join my training course. It was a slow process. It would have taken another 15 years for me to reach where I am today. So with all the support, educating myself, going places, meeting people, networking, attending conferences, so it all helped me to understand the benefits that government is giving for startups and especially for women entrepreneurs. Yeah. So again, punishment, imprisonments, questions, memorizing questions can be made for them because they have to strictly reinforce all these. So civil remedies, what to do even if somebody files complaint against you, or if you want to give complaint, where to go? All such things are given in data ethics. This is the most important lesson. It looks like theory, it becomes boring, but it's teacher's responsibility to make this class interesting. Bring out cases, talk about it, understand what each one has gone through in the form of data ethics breach. Class will become very interesting. Yeah. So that completes our lesson on data ethics. Okay. There is case study that happened with Facebook or Meta. 500 million users information was exposed and a case was filed against them. They did pay fine. Facebook had to pay a fine of 265 million euros in Ireland. Imagine. It's not easy to just do haha about some founders. They will have faced a lot of things when things are not right. Okay, so that calls the end of this. Yeah, and the last segment, that is to recognize and appreciate people, the best performers. Before that, do we have any questions? Okay, just close this. And thank you for patient hearing. All of you were wonderful audience participants. So from next session onwards, we will have some digital skills, and I will inform you when to log in from your laptops or desktops for hands-on sessions. If you have it, please on them, especially,
Ma'am,
yeah.
ma'am, for the next session, what I feel is something, keep a convenient timing. Like, 6 to 8 is basically a traveling timing.
No,
So
I
it is
don't
very difficult to open a
understand.
laptop or something.
Right, right. I get what it is, but what is a convenient time? I don't understand because
I think anything in between from 10 to 6.
within working
Any,
hours,
any, any time which is convenient for you.
no, I can schedule it because whenever I schedule this, I ensure
Huh,
maximum people attend. But most of you will
correct.
be in the school. Will every school allow spare teachers for 1 or 2 hours in that particular time slot is my question. Some teachers will have their classes in that period. So it becomes really
Can we update you
difficult.
later regarding
Ye-
this?
Yes, yes. You can please
Okay,
do that, whichever is the
sure.
suitable timing, because I keep this ball open. Based on that, I take decision. So I have given even school timings, even just before, after the school, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock. So there was major response for 6 o'clock. So, and anytime we fix, there will be some people who will miss out. Uh, Everybody cannot make it for sure. One
Yeah,
time,
I
not.
fully agree with you.
So there we consider majority. Let us take inputs for the next session during school hours if they can get. It's well and good because you are doing it all for the school, for the benefit of the school. Why don't you go and claim uh, relaxation to learn, not to actually relax, but to learn instead of some clerical task that you're made to do? You can just ask if you get nothing like it, because I believe the better you finish. I really want people to have personal time, work life balance. So it's important. So let me know if it can be done within your school hours. Nothing like it, we can do it. We can make it instead of 5 days 2 hours, we can make 10 days 1 hour. That is also okay if that suits. 1 hour, all of you log in, learn something, leave. So that can also be done. Let's plan it. I will ask it in the group and we will do accordingly. And I had to show you how to log in to the Dattamsh website and avail the resources. I'll just show you quickly a screen recording of this also we will do and share it in the group after 2 days. So to access resources, mine is an admin view. So dattamsh.com, you can go to this, the first one, you can click here. This is a place to access the recording of this, of these sessions, PPTs of all the grades. There is quiz available for teachers. And so here, if you scroll down, you see binary brains, the language of computers. You click here, visit now, and then enroll here for free. Click here. There is also teachers part on this. You can also go here in the login page.
Some screen is not visible.
Ma'am, please,
Okay. Okay.
sharing screen,
Yeah,
please.
yeah. Sorry, I'll do this. Once again, I'll repeat this. See, the resources will be shared in two modes. One is directly on the WhatsApp group. But for the people who cannot be updated on WhatsApp group, I'll show our website. There are two ways. One is the videos are available on YouTube. Link will be, everything will be shared on WhatsApp through Drive link, through YouTube link, and the recorded videos of YouTube. But the quiz section, if you want another certificate of quizzes, then you have to go to the Dattamsh website only. A copy PPTs are also shared in the WhatsApp group. They will be shared as and when. The first lesson of each grade is already shared. I'll reshare it today because most teachers have joined recently in the last 15 days. So I'll reshare them. So in the WhatsApp group, everything will be shared. But if you still miss on it, there is a place where you can go and access. I'll share my screen and show it. Okay. I'll click here. I'll go to Google search engine. I'll write dattamsh.com. So this is a Google page, but you click on the first, on that website address, dattamsh.com. Here, there is binary brains. You can, this is for students. Visit now. And here enroll for free. It will take them to this first standard. They can log in, they can attempt the quiz, and a certificate will be generated for the on the student's name here. Class 1, class 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On this page only, we will also be releasing a gamified learning app class wise. It's a fun way for students to revise the things like drag and drop options. They play a game and they get the scores, reinforcing the learning. So that will be released here in another 2 or 3 weeks. I'll inform. Just keep checking this website for new updates. And teachers can click on this login. So you can sign up for the first time. Mine is already there. It will come as user. So I'm just okay, I don't remember. That's okay. I'll just do sign up first time. I'll just write XYZ because my ID is already there. All the IDs while trial, I did it. I'm using, I'll create password. Institution name. So yeah, I'll just give my phone number. So I'll say submit. So this is only one time. You're all okay. I have used all my mail IDs. Okay. So I want you to try this by yourself. When you sign in, submit, then there will be teacher's course. You can click on the teacher's course. The content will be visible to download. There are quiz. There is recorded videos will be uploaded in this week. We don't have it now. And PPTs are uploaded. You can download them. Quiz you can take and you can access all of this information. Nevertheless, the screen recording with some new ID, absolutely new ID, I'll make somebody in my office to screen record and share this video link in the group. I'll send it. Otherwise, you can go to this Dattamsh ID, log in, sign up, and try to access. If not, all these material will also be shared on the WhatsApp group through Google Drive link. And YouTube videos are also available for quick access. Anyways, you can adapt. So further sessions, they will be hands-on to get confidence in subjects like in topics like Python. I insist everybody to log in from your systems. Only when you practice, you become confident. Multiple people can share your screen if you're facing some errors, and I can look into your screen and correct them. Your mistakes can be many others' mistakes. It will also help them to correct it. So when at once we are learning, we can learn to troubleshoot different problems that might arise during the lab sessions. So you will have addressed different errors already with the multiple participants participating. So you will get a different level of confidence. So I will indicate whenever it is absolutely required to log in from your desktop or laptop. Yeah. So finally, we'll come to the most exciting part. We have 10 of them, the best performers. I'll share the PDF and JPG of this. This is just a Canva here. So congratulations, Mr. Sanjeev, for active participation. Your inputs, your knowledge will definitely help the students in your school. So the best performer, Mr. Sanjeev. And then we have Mr. Ajay Shah, very active person participating it in throughout the sessions with his
Thank you,
attendance.
ma'am.
And Mr. Ajay was there in previous session also. So much appreciated to reinforce. Miss Nusrat, congratulations. And Mr. Sunil Jain, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, Miss Harsha Hosmat.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. And Mr. Anupam, congratulations.
Thank you, ma'am.
And Miss Pragya Dikshit,
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulations. Miss Geeta Kallimat,
Thank you, ma'am.
congratulations. Miss Shilpa Kale, congratulations. And Mr. Ajay Srivatsav, congratulations. Congratulations to all the best performing participants.
Thank you, ma'am.
I missed two other names which I couldn't find on the form. I think Mr. Ashish and there's one more madam with R, letter R. Her name starts with R. I think she was.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, I don't remember the name exactly. We have just pulled in from the Google Forms. I'll share two more if I get the names. Ashish Singh, yes, I will also share. Mr. Ashish Singh will also get it. I'll do it. Congratulations, Mr. Ashish. And there's
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
one more madam here. I forgot. Starting from R, I just don't remember. I'll look into the recordings. Two more people will get it. So 12 best performers of this batch. The strength was also high. This is from our side, motivating you to do more, because what you do in the classroom, it is building the nation, because you're building the youth. So it's very important that you're recognized, appreciated in whatever capacity. Yeah. And thank you so much.
Madam, one more thing.
Yeah.
By this month end, all the 52 chapters will be uploaded in YouTube.
Month end, July month end.
June. You told by 26th of June, if I'm not mistaken.
No, 26th July, because animated
July,
videos are
okay.
taking a lot of time. Synchronization, even one word is misspelled, we have to redo it.